I think that AC/DC songs are far more easier to follow than Led Zeppelin. Here, let's listen. And this is more anthem-like than anything that Led Zeppelin did. Led Zeppelin didn't really, and I know this was one of their appeals, there wasn't really a single. I mean, there's Rock and Roll or something like that, but, Stairway to Heaven may be the most requested song on rock radio and all that from back in the day. It also took about an hour and a half to play. You might as well have asked for Inagata Davida, right? And it just went on and on and on. And someone said this to me, and I know that, music is generational. I think AC/DC is the greatest band ever. Somebody over here, if you're looking at rock, they'll go with, I don't know, Nirvana. Certainly Led Zeppelin, of that genre with, we're not talking about the Beatles and all that. You keep wanting to throw the Rolling Stones into that genre. No, all that. Although Cloudland still should use Hey You Get Off of My Cloud as a fight song. That needs to be done. Okay, that's just the way it is. However, I just wanted to look at this, that I just wanted to say that, rock in its purest sense, Slash calling it the greatest band ever, and then we have the news out that heavy metal is the fastest growing genre. So that's my guy talk of the day. You know who everyone has said is a man's man? Who said he was a man's man? Okay, wait. Don Cherry. Aggressive hockey is back in style. I guess that was more Reggie Dunlop, but okay, the Hanson brothers. But there's a guy who has never been shy to speak of his love of aggressive hockey on Rock'em Sock'em hockey, that sort of thing. But no, I can't say that I don't like Don Cherry. He's very outspoken. I mean, and I think that that's a good thing. Of course, he used to coach the Boston Bruins. They were a mighty aggressive hockey team during the day. And in modern day, the Bruins are doing quite well as well. Or not. Geez, what happened here with our sound bites here? I hit the button and nothing is there. So there we go. That's one of the lovely things about radio, is it not? But no, the Boston Bruins advanced to the Stanley Cup semifinals with a 3-0 victory against Columbus, and I wanted to get to that because this now, let's see here, is about to set up a Carolina-Boston series for the Stanley Cup. Now, it wasn't Carolina and Columbus like I talked about. Like I said, geographically, Columbus and Raleigh are about the same distance as is Nashville to the Tri-Cities, and depending on where you live, maybe closer. So consider this. I mean, what, governmental boundaries now deciding who you're going to root for? I mean, in that sense, if you want to root for the home team, you could argue that Columbus and Carolina just as much as, say, Nashville is. Well, you could easily argue that, I think. But anyway, I mention this because now remember what I have said about this. The Bruins are the most aggressive. They're the most penalized team left in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They also happen to be the team that Don Cherry, if you're not familiar with them, host of Coach's Corner on Hockey Night in Canada, which has long been compared to Monday Night Football, except that Hockey Night in Canada is still relevant. Okay, Hockey Night in Canada is now Sunday Night Football. Okay, that's the thing. think it's pretty much established Sunday night football has replaced Monday night football and hierarchy around football telecasts and such. But anyway, it's going to be the Canes and the Bruins, a series that no one really saw happening at the start of the playoffs. But if you've heard anything from Don Cherry, he's been calling the Carolina Hurricanes a bunch of jerks. Why, you may ask? This is pretty much common knowledge around hockey circles, but the Carolina Hurricanes, after a victory, are known for really excessive celebrations. Oh, they'll pretend that they're playing baseball, and they'll pantomime a home run, or maybe they're bowling, and they'll pantomime a bowler knocking down pins with maybe 10 Carolina Hurricanes players lining up as pins and then falling down. This sort of thing. They have these very extravagant celebrations that, let's just say, are hardly old school. And also, I remember when the NFL did away with celebrations. I would point out that I can remember the Steelers used to do this thing. The